What's going on, you guys? Yeah, Coach Zoe here, and this is going to be your back and booty boot camp workout. We're gonna work back, we're gonna work your glutes, and all you need is a resistance band and a set of weights to get started. You might want to adjust your weights for upper body and lower body as well as your bands. All right, so maybe if you have a couple options there, but otherwise, let's get started with our warm-up. As always, please modify however you need to for your body. This is your workout. All right, you know your limitations best. I'll offer modifications along the way where I see fit. We do have a little bit of groundwork today, so some tabletop stuff. But if you are prenatal like me, you can just jump in with the modifications I'm doing. All right, I am 38 weeks along, so I'm almost there, pretty far. Definitely gonna be doing some modification. All right, and as you always, take it at a pace that works for you and for your body. All right, so if you wanna increase the intensity, we can pick up the pace and work with heavier weights or higher resistance. All right, but otherwise, this workout will be adjusted based on the effort you put into it. I'm here to coach you, I'm here to guide you. All right, but you gotta put in that effort, you gotta do the work regardless, either way. All right, but we're gonna have some fun, strength-focused workout today. So we're gonna be doing straight sets. Okay, we have a variety of moves, 7 different exercises. I say that, but some of them are a little more compound and use a variety. All right, excuse my voice, fighting off a bit of a sore throat. But some of them use a bit of a variety, so maybe kind of coordinating 2 moves into one. And some of the moves are only dumbbell, some of the moves are only resistance band, all right? But we're gonna work for a little bit longer duration, so really focus on that motor control and activating where we need to activate. All right, so 45 seconds work at a time with 15 seconds rest between sets. And we have 3 sets of each move before we move on. All right, so once we finish all 3 sets, we're done with that exercise and we're not coming back. So I know that probably sounds pretty good to you. Sounds good to me. We're gonna really fatigue that exercise out and then move on from there. All right, so grab your weights, excuse me, grab your bands and get ready to rock and roll. Grab a quick drink of water. If you need it, we're gonna get started. All right, you guys, starting just with the dumbbells. We have a lateral dead pull. So you might need to adjust your width of your stance based on how far along you are. But here we are, deadlift to high pull. Let's begin working laterally. So again, strength focus work today. I want you to focus on that hinge, really pushing those hips back nice and far. Soft bend in the knees, coming up high with that upright row. We're not focused on rushing it. We're not trying to get cardio in. We are working strength today. 10 seconds left. And rest. All right, so 1 set down, we have 2 more to go, and then we move on to the next move. All right, we'll have a little longer break between each exercise, don't worry. Starting again in 3, 2, 1, begin. Get a nice flat back as you hinge down. Keep those dumbbells close to the body. Excellent job, you guys. Almost there. Here for 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. I know these 45 seconds, they're a little bit longer, especially if you're farther along in pregnancy. It adds up pretty quick. So if you need to take a little more time to rest, that's fine. Maybe cut the round a little short, but also adjust your pace. Let's go, last round, best round, begin. So last time we're here, and then we're done with this move. Really flare those elbows up. Good, 10 seconds left. And rest. All right, not a lot of time, but just enough. So we have a right side, we're just gonna stick on one side, so I'll pick a side. We have a bent over row to a single leg deadlift. All right, so opposite hand to foot. You can hinge if you're comfortable with it. All right, we're staying on one side. Otherwise, that's hard for balance. Take stand. I know it's a little harder when we're farther along to do a single leg deadlift, but just work through your range of motion that you can do. Let's begin. So I want you to really keep that arm tight to the body. Notice my hinge here. Hips go back, knee stays over the ankle. Good, keep it up. Elbow stays tight to that body. Remember, all that weight is still in the front foot. That kickstand leg is just there for balance. Five seconds left. And rest. All right, so get ready. Rounds 2 and 3. So we're gonna do all sets on one side, then we'll switch it over, okay? So make sure you're in as deep of a hinge as you can before you initiate that row. Stand up tall, shoulders back and down. Let's go. So you might want to adjust your band based on your row, because that's going to be more of your limiting factor. So you're going to be weaker in the upper body than you will be in the lower. Notice again, my elbows tight to that body, boom. Hand stays close to the chest. Good, 10 seconds left. 2, 1, and rest. All right, we have one more round. I'm gonna face this way. All right, last round here. Again, try to work through as much of a hinge as you can. You really want to target that glute. So if you're not feeling it activate as much, push those hips back farther and check in with your back foot. Begin. So this back toe, it's really just balanced. You're just touching the tippy toe. Good, 20 seconds left. I know that booty's burning. Good, 5 seconds, couple more reps. And rest. All right, so a little bit of an extended break and then we're moving on. All right, make sure to, when you stand up, we don't want to let that shoulder be pulled, okay, with the band. So you want to stay strong and active in that back. Boom. So when we come up, not only are our glutes working to keep that band away and to thrust those hips forward, but our back is active and working against that band. So a 2-for-1 deal. Get ready. Other leg in 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. So bent over row at the bottom, deadlift at the top. So pretty much all pulling today since we're working posterior chain. Good, 10 seconds left. And rest. All right, so again, check in with your angles. Make sure that weight is in your heel, especially as you drive up to extension in those hips. All right, get a full extension in. Try not to just come up a few inches short. Begin. Again, opposite hand to foot. You could try the hinge if you want to work on your balance a little bit. Just make sure you're not taking away from the row. Woo! I'm gonna keep my feet grounded. Good, almost there. Again, check in with that back. Puff out your chest. Keep those shoulder blades active towards the midline and rest. All right, one more round for this and then we're moving on. So moves pretty quick when we're doing straight sets. 1, 2, 3, done, move on. Feels like it goes quicker. In 3, 2, 1, let's begin. Good, keep that elbow tight to the body. Get that elbow up high. Last round, best round here, you guys, come on. Every rep counts, no cheating. Let those muscles fire up a little bit. 3, 2, and rest. All right. We're gonna use upper and lower, a little more back focused. All right, for this next one, we have sumo squats, overhead sumo squats. All right, so grab your lighter band based on your upper body. And we're gonna do pull downs. So we're gonna pull down, we're gonna squat with that overhead, pull down at the top. All right, sumo style, so wide stance, toes out. All right, and squeeze those glutes, drive the knees apart. Alternate hands in 3, 2, 1, let's begin. Overhead squat and pull. Notice I'm keeping my shoulders down away from my ears. So I'm not collapsing my shoulders. Good, put that elbow in your back pocket of your pants. And rest. All right, shake it out. Get ready, round number 2. So again, when we're doing our squats, it helps to do overhead because then you're not hinging. You want to stay stacked tall. All right, get through depth that you can work with. 3, 2, 1. One that challenges you. Oops. All right. So we don't want to crash through that squat, especially if you're prenatal. Remember, all those joints and ligaments a little looser, a little more relaxed. We just have to be mindful of our range of motion. Keep a little bit of tension on that band at the top. 2, 1, and rest. All right, shake it out. We got one more round to go of these, and then we're moving on. We're already halfway through our straight set, so like I said, it moves pretty quick, not too vigorous, but we're firing up those muscles. Let's get it. Begin. And my lats are winding a little bit. Stay with it. We got about 15 seconds left. Again, we're not just dropping the elbow down, we're pulling it into that hip. Boom. As that top hand stays active against the resistance. And rest. All right. Next, we're gonna use both bands, or both bands and dumbbell. Oops. Bands and dumbbell. So, band around the legs. We're gonna put it at the lower thigh, just above the knees. All right, and then we're gonna use our dumbbells in our hands. So we have a reverse lunge to a fly, okay? Now if you want a little more vigorous, you could lunge and fly at the same time, all right? But remember, we got 45 seconds. Let's begin. So lunge, stand up, fly it out. So I'm keeping my elbows tight to the body, working those small back muscles here. Make sure your knees, try to avoid pinching your knees together. Two train tracks of movement for that reverse lunge. Two, one, and rest. All right, shake it out. Got a quick 15, and then we're back at it. So again, 90 degrees as much as you can at the knees, but we don't want the knees to drive forward. Let's begin. So notice, I'm not letting my knees collapse towards the midline. Nice tall posture, straight spine. Driving through the heel of the front foot as you stand up. Good, less than 10. And rest. Whew. All right. 2 rounds down, 1 to go, and then we'll be on the floor. So we'll have a bit of a break down there. So shake it out, get ready. In 3, 2, 1, let's begin. Last round, best round here. Good. Halfway, come on. Stick with it. Elbows pinched tight to the body. Three, 2, 1, and rest. All right, just keep the band where it's at. And get on the ground. We're moving to a tabletop. Now you can do this from a plank. All right, if you were, a hovering table, if you wanted a little more challenge, all right, where you keep those knees off the ground, but a lot of core work there. So if you're prenatal, I don't recommend that one. But we're gonna renegade row, right? So we're gonna row at the bottom, and we're also going to fire hydrant. So your option is to hydrant and row, opposite to opposite, cross body, or you could do opposites at the same time. Let's begin. So a little more intense, a little more focused if you want to do both at the same time. Or if that's too much, you can do right leg, left hand, left leg, right hand. All right, so if doing both at the same time is too much effort, too challenging for the core, then just alternate. Good, 10 seconds left.
I can't wait, a first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine.
and rest. All right, so you got to feel for it. If you want to try both at the same time, let's step it up. All right, it is a lot more challenging because your core has to stabilize against two moving parts now. Let's begin. But again, opposites if that's where we're at. But I don't want you to compromise glute activation to do both at the same time. So if you notice, not really feeling it in the booty anymore, break it up. All right. My core strength is minimally existent at this point, other than in my back. So I'm gonna keep knocking it out one at a time. And we don't want to turn our hips when we do our hydrant. We want to keep those hips flush to the floor. And rest. All right, so one more round left, and then we have another move, very similar position. All right, similar style. Okay, so get ready. Starting in 3, 2, 1, let's begin. This is our last round, so maybe you try the dual move this time. Two, 1, and rest. All right, so next one, let's put that band around your feet. All right, so around the soles of the feet. Woo. All right, from here, it's gonna be bird dog. So same thing where you can do both at the same time. You can also hover if you'd like, or you can put it around your ankles if you wanna try this from a plank. Okay, but if you're gonna be tabletop around your feet, you're gonna kick out and either reach at the same time or alternate like how we did the hydrant. Let's begin. So you could kick, reach, opposite arm, kick, reach, opposite arm. So again, if you have that strength to do both at the same time, go for it. A lot of moving parts here, so stay focused. Don't lock out your elbow, just keep it long. And rest. Whew. All right, one round down, 2 to go. We're almost there, you guys. Hang with me here. You got this. We're almost done in 3, 2, 1, begin. Draw that belly in tight, eyes ahead. 10 seconds left. Make sure you're kicking through the heel. Again, stabilize those hips and rest. All right, last round, best round here, you guys. And then we are done with these straight sets. So let's stay strong. Draw that belly in, even if you got a lot going on in the front here. All right, don't let your back dip. Let's begin. So kick through and lift. Okay. All right, you guys. Take off that band. Let's shake it out. All right. We got a bit of a break, and we have a little bit of a burn right here. Still strength focused. So, still working in our 45 to 15. Work and rest ratio. We're gonna do one interval where we're gonna do overhead raise, bent over row, reverse fly. So we're there for 45. If it's too hard to do whatever weight you have, you can take out your reverse fly. So you can just hold one dumbbell and do bent over row here. And then our second move will be a sumo deadlift to a reverse lunge. All right. So we have a full minute, so go ahead and rest for a second, but I'll demonstrate here. So we have reverse row, all dumbbell, or overhead raise, sorry, bent over row, reverse fly. If you're a little weaker there and you feel like you either need to take out the overhead raise or you have to just work with one dumbbell, take out the reverse fly, okay? And then we'll rest. Second move, again, sumo dead, reverse lunge. So just give yourself some room to work through it, okay? But get ready to rock and roll. We got about 15 seconds. So quick drink of water if you need it. All right, you guys, get ready. Grab your bell. In 3, 2, 1, let's begin. Overhead raise, bent over row, reverse fly. Overhead raise, bent over row, reverse fly. And if it's a lot on your back to hold that hinge, just stand up between every set of 3, okay? Just to give your back a little rest break there. Slow and controlled. Again, we're not locking those elbows out. A little bit of a bend. And rest. All right, short break, and we're moving on. Sumo deadlift to a lunge. So we're gonna deadlift, boom, wide stance, right leg, deadlift, left leg. All right, so one deadlift to one lunge, alternating. Begin. So sumo dead, reverse, sumo dead, reverse. Good, excellent work, you guys. Make sure you're really working through those glutes. So take your time to hinge deep, really push those hips back, and drive the knees apart. Two, one, and rest. All right, so one round down. Keep going. I'll let you know when we're there. We have overhead raise, bent over row, and reverse fly again in 3, 2, 1, begin. Don't rush it. Try not to swing your weights around. Two, one, and rest. All right, shaking it out, shaking it out. Get ready, moving on to our sumo deads and reverse lunge. In 3, 2, 1, begin. Really push those knees out and push those hips back. Again, drive through the heel of the front foot to stand up for that lunge. Good, 5 seconds left. 2, 1, and rest. Woo! All right, you guys, we got one more round of each, and then we're moving on to our cool down. So quick shakeout, get ready. Last round, best round here. You got this in 3, 2, 1, let's begin. Overhead raise, bend over row, and fly. For those of you that are prenatal, all right, if you notice, I'm using light weights all around. All right, remember, you're growing. Your weight's probably increasing. All right, so your legs are carrying extra weight anyways. So don't feel bothered by the fact that you still might have to use light weights even for lower body movements. Woo. Three, 2, 1, and rest. All right, one more interval of 45 seconds. Then you are done for the day. You have made it this far. So let's finish strong. Get ready in 3, 2, 1, begin. Good, 10 seconds left. Stay with it. Every rep counts, come on. 2, 1, and rest. Go ahead, put those dumbbells down. Let's shake it out with a cool down. Woo. All right, let's stretch it side to side. Open those lats up. Very nice job today. Hope you're feeling strong. Hope you're feeling good, nice and tall in your posture. Like nothing's pulling you forward. All right, let's hug, open up that back a little bit. Switch it out, hug. And thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this workout, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if you liked this format. Whew. If you enjoyed this format, all right. Or if there's something else you'd like to see as well. All right, that way I keep bringing you guys workouts that you enjoy. All right, but otherwise, that is it for today, you guys. I know not a lot of hip flexor work, but they still get a little bit tight. Good, let's reach for the ground a little bit. And of course, as always, if you need to take a little extra time to static stretch at the end, please do. All right, just make sure you're cooled down. But otherwise, subscribe if you haven't already. That way every time I post a new workout, you'll be notified. You can join me and we'll sweat together. All right, but till next time, stay strong, stay tough.